Hey everybody, it's Robert184, and I'm here today to answer a question that I get asked a lot, which is, how did you get into Gundam in the first place? And at the same time, I want to say thanks to a friend just in time for Christmas. But after hearing this, why don't you tell me your comments down below? I'd like to hear how you got into Gundam in the first place. But here's my story, pretty simple, which is, I'd arrived in Japan and was just getting set up, which meant at the time you've got no TV, no internet for the first bit. And before coming, my friend had given me a disc that had Gundam 08th MS Team written on it. But at that time I literally knew nothing about Gundam, except for the fact that they were big robots, and I vaguely knew that they had V-fins on their forehead, but that was about the extent of it. But after watching the disc of, 13 or so episodes, it was great. Although I have to admit that I'm pretty embarrassed to say this now, but I didn't even notice that the RX-79G turned into the RX-79EZ8 in time for the climax, until I had watched it 2 or 3 times. But what I did realize was that this was just a small part of the backstory, and that there was a huge overarching story that I wanted to find out more about, which leads me to where I am today, having watched everything, and waiting for my next hits in the form of Unicorn and the 00 movie. So anyway, as a thank you, I had seen on Wikipedia, which is always reliable, that plastic models had always been a big part of Gundam. So, I asked him which model he wanted, and his answer was pretty simple. It was a Hyzak. And my answer was, what's a Hyzak? Well, this led me to go searching for model shops, and I found one with a great friendly staff that I still go to this day, but I asked them for a Hyzak, and they gave me 4. Well, now I realize that this was the high-grade Universal Century version, a blue EFF version of that, an old Zeta non-grade kit, and the Master Grade kit. But at the time, HG, MG, all these letters were just alphabet soup for me, so I remember settling on the green one because 3 of the 4 were green, and the old box looked crappy, and at the time I didn't want to shell out for the Master Grade. Well, that leads me today, where I've built more models than I want to count, including about 30 Master Grades, and had a lot of fun doing it.
But I think this is a problem that I've got to fix, and buddy, Merry Christmas. This is something that I should have bought you a long time ago, the Master Grade Hyzak, because you, wow, this is cheesy, we're a Master Grade friend. So anybody else out there, if you want to get people into a hobby, and especially this one, it's pretty easy. Just give them a disc with a good series on it and a plastic model and lend them a pair of nippers, and I think you can all get into this hobby pretty easily. So thanks for watching, everybody, and Bud, thanks a lot to you, but thanks for watching. www.gundam.tk. High grade, Hyzak. Actually, I've got nothing. Maybe somebody else can give me a better joke here.